the odd things I buy. So this is another one of my auction purchases. It is a Cushman frontline diesel front mount mower. Kind of an interesting little critter. It's got a Kubota D950 engine in it. I think 21.5 horsepower, 60-inch deck. It's got a total of 3,000 some odd hours on it. See if you can get in there and see. 3,103, something like that, 3.2. Kind of an interesting little machine. However, the reason I bought it is because it has a problem. When you hook up the battery, the starter starts turning over. I have gone through a little bit of the wiring, and I believe it is the solenoid on the starter is bad. So I've actually gone ahead and ordered a used starter off of eBay. It's worth investing the 60 bucks in this thing to see if we can get it to run. Pretty neat little unit. I did hear it run at the auction, run and drive. In fact, I almost drove it on the trailer, and then I realized that I wasn't going to have enough room, so I had to leave it there. Came with a grass catcher, which I will have to put on later. It's actually outside, and it's dark outside right now, so won't be able to see it at the moment. Engine-wise, got a nice, pretty open design, manual clutch. So you see down in there, manual clutch. There's the engine. In the back here, got to be really careful and not open it on the X748 here. So, radiator, oil cooler, overflow, the whole 9 yards back here. I do have to take the air cleaner and all this off to get to the starter, which is over on that side. Looks like some wires got hot, and there may have been some issues, some previous wiring issues. It was sold as having an issue. Engine looks clean though. Kind of excited about that. So it should be a fun little project. I realize that a lot of my videos have been nothing but projects recently, mostly because I really can't turn down a good auction. So it is what it is. I do have to get all this stuff out of here before winter, and it is now almost October, and so we're going to be hurrying along here. Any spare time? I mean, right now it's, I think, about 10 o'clock on a weekday, which is unusual for me to be out in the shop at this hour. The deck's in decent shape. It's got some patches and some welds on it. This caster arm over here has been welded on a couple times. I think you can see it's been welded on right there. This is the pulley for the bagger right there. Initially, I thought the problem was going to be with that switch right there. I don't see any problems with the switch, which leads me to believe, just after a little bit of testing, I think that the solenoid on the starter is just not working correctly. It's not stopping the current coming through. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. I want to mow with it, hopefully, before the end of the year. This is one of those projects, if I don't get it done, then what I'll do is I'll just rip the engine out of it and scrap the rest, or if there's any other parts, I've got a minimal amount of money invested in it, so it's not really too terrible of a deal if it doesn't work. But I don't see why it shouldn't. It's just an electrical issue. Everything else works. Saw the deck run, went at the auction, everything else. So that'll be coming up. Those will be some videos coming up. Along with the Lister air compressor, and then one more auction purchase that I have, and I think I'll just put it on the end of this video with just some pictures, is a Ryan aerator for the back of the X. I'll put that on the end of this video, just take some pictures and explain a little bit about it, and hopefully hook it up here pretty quick and aerate part of the yard. So yeah, pretty interesting little unit. The power frame, this black box on the bottom, that's where the engine sits and everything. You're not supposed to tie it down by that. I'll get this all cleaned up, pressure wash it and everything else, and we can go from there.
So here's the Ryan aerator. You know, short. I think it's 3 feet wide. It is a 3-point attachment. The pins, however, are category 0, but the spacing, as it's currently set up, is category 1. So we're gonna have to work a little bit on that to get it hooked up to the X748. Sorry for the crappy pictures. You know, it's obviously not in the best shape, but you know, it's a nice heavy unit. So hopefully we can use it to aerate the yard. I'm sure I'll get some videos of using it here in the next couple weeks. But this is also came from the same auction. So thanks for watching.